Do what must be done. Do not hesitate. Show no mercy.
When you take the risk out of Star Wars, it's like, okay, what are we doing? Like, what's the point?
Hello there, this is Darth Melvin, leader of the Knights of Melvin. The Disney Shills are freaking out and having a Star Wars meltdown over the cancellation of the Acolyte. And I covered this on a previous video with multiple Shills losing their shit over this terrible show getting canceled. And it has only gotten worse. Star Wars Sexplained, Disney's top Disney shill. This is the shill elites. No one has a bigger platform, gets more benefits, and a higher suspected paycheck from Disney, the Sexplains. And recently they released a video on their channel and had some bad words to say towards Disney and Lucasfilm for the cancellation of their new favorite show. And I was just surprised. Surprised that these elite shills would be running their mouth so much. And definitely we need to take a look at this and expose it. And hopefully it gets out to Disney and maybe they rethink the shills that they hire and put on their payroll. Let's take a look.
From my point of view, for the Acolyte, I liked it. I didn't love it, but I would never draw battle lines in the sand and be like, this is where I stand.
Star Wars Sexplained is bought and paid for. That's why he will never stand for anything. He knows Disney Star Wars is not real Star Wars, but he gets paid by Disney to say that it is real Star Wars. And he says right here, he didn't love the show, he only liked the show. Well, adjusting for shill inflation, that means he didn't like the show. And he's just saying it because he gets a paycheck from Disney.
I will fully admit that looking at the numbers for the Acolyte, it didn't perform as well as the other shows.
So Alex Damon of Star Wars Explained admits that the numbers are real, that it didn't perform as well as the other shows, and that's why it's not getting renewed. But it's not going to stop them from pushing their SJW narratives. It's not going to stop them from taking shots at Disney in this video. And it's unbelievable what they say coming up.
I know a lot of people are feeling like me, just kind of down, depressed, sad, feeling like what's the point of getting excited for any other new Star Wars.
Molly Damon of Star Wars Sexplained, Disney's top Disney shill. What's the point? What's the point? They canceled the Acolyte. What's the point in moving forward with Disney Star Wars? Unbelievable.
We championed the show because we loved it, and me especially, I loved it. I loved what it stood for. I loved that it was different. It spoke to me and so many others, and I championed it for weeks, putting up with endless hateful bullying comments and stuff.
First of all, they champion the show because they're Disney shills. They are paid to do it. They have no other option. This channel, newsflash, is not authentic. They have to love Disney Star Wars. That's why this video is so shocking, because they're speaking out against Disney Star Wars, speaking out against the corporation, and it's only going to get worse.
That's what Disney needs. They need to build back loyalty from their viewers, because right now it's tanked for people like us who liked the Acolyte.
So Molly Damon is taking a Joe Biden approach. Disney needs to build back better. They need to build back loyalty. And Molly is saying that the Sexplains, they have lost the Sexplains loyalty because they canceled the Acolyte. And it's just shocking that they are running their mouth about this show, considering everything Disney has done for them.
One of the other big factors is just people of color seeing themselves in Star Wars is so, so important. And having these powerful female roles to see in Star Wars is very powerful and very much needed.
Having these powerful female roles is very powerful, according to Molly Damon. And this is why they're turning on Disney, because this is what SJWs do. They eat their own. They only care about their identity politics. And since Disney just doesn't appear to be on board with greenlighting a second season of this very expensive show in the sake of diversity, the sexplains are now running their mouth.
It's not a great look to have the first queer female showrunner and a cast full of people of color, and after hearing and being berated by all those kinds of people for 8 weeks straight, and then the show's canceled, it does feel that way. That you're like, oh, you're just gonna cave like that?
Alex Damon of Star Wars Sexplain taking a shot at Disney. Oh, they just caved to the bigotry. That's what Disney did. This is their top Disney shill. Calling out Disney for caving to bigotry and pushing the narrative, oh, Leslie Headland is a female, she's a lesbian, and there was a lot of people of color in the show, and that's why it received so much backlash. And Disney should have had Leslie's back. They should have supported this show for a second season. It doesn't look good. And it's funny he's pushing that now during this video when earlier he admitted the numbers were terrible.
I will fully admit that looking at the numbers for the Acolyte, it didn't perform as well as the other shows.
But it doesn't look good, Disney. It doesn't look good. It kind of looks like you caved.
I can't let these greedy corporate bozos dictate what I know I like, and I can't let them dictate how excited I get for something like Star Wars, which we love.
Molly Damon of Star Wars Sexplained, Disney's top Disney shill, just took a major shot at Disney because they canceled the Acolyte. They are a bunch of greedy corporate bozos. Straight out of her mouth. These are the same people that invite them to the premieres, that invite them to Lucasfilm, to the Bohemian Grove sex parties that include the Grogu doll, that include Dave Filoni and Leslie Headland. They got a special screening. They're involved with several Zoom calls with other Disney shills. They're followed by the official Star Wars account, the Swagman. They get the Yord Horde tissues and all the gift baskets you can ask for. But they are greedy corporate bozos. That's what they are to Molly Damon. Completely ungrateful for what they've received from Disney. How quickly they will turn on Disney. Greedy corporate bozos. And this isn't the first time that the Sexplains have turned on Disney. They pulled a stunt with hashtag Blackout Eclipse a couple years ago. Getting all pissed off about Quantic Dream and spreading that hashtag. And Disney didn't drop them then. But I'm wondering if Disney will drop them now.
I just want to give people hope that we're still gonna be here talking about all the shows through whatever BS the higher ups at Disney put us through.
Taking another shot at Disney. The higher ups at Disney are putting them through BS. Well, maybe they shouldn't invite them to the next premiere. Maybe they shouldn't get the next gift basket. Maybe when they ask to get replenished on the Yord Horde tissues, they say, sorry, we're fresh out. We gave them all away to the other shills. We can't fit it in our shill budget to give you more Yord Horde tissues. You ungrateful fuck.
The Acolyte being canceled is basically like if Star Wars Jedi Survivor got canceled. After I loved Fallen Order so much, that got taken away from me, I would have been devastated.
Yeah.
And-
a white man in another video game? Get rid of it.
But you're right, like there was far less of a chance of that happening.
This is unbelievable. So Sexplained is talking about the Cal Kestis, the fake Star Wars video games, and he really enjoyed those games, and the sequel did not get canceled. And Molly is making a comment, oh, it's because a white male had the lead. When that has nothing to do with it, because those games didn't fail as badly as the Acolyte Season 1 did. But this is how Molly Damon and all these Disney shills think. They don't understand business, they don't understand money, they don't understand logic. And it's concerning how much influence this channel has pushing this woke nonsense. Comparing the Jedi Survivor video game to the Acolyte Season 1. Oh, one person was white, that got renewed. The other person is black, and that got canceled.
But you're right, like there was far less of a chance of that happening.
And look at the cucks explained. You're right, Molly. Can I sleep in the bed tonight? I'm tired of the couch, it hurts my back.
Do you think that there is hope for riskier projects in the future, or is this going to mess with things? That's definitely a fear of mine, that Disney or Lucasfilm or whoever is going to take the wrong lessons from this.
Alex Damon taking a shot at Lucasfilm, saying that, I fear that they're not going to learn from this and that they're just gonna fuck up Star Wars going forward.
Well, people just don't want to watch anything that doesn't have to do with the Skywalkers and this specific time period, and that we're never gonna venture out beyond that. And yeah, I'm a little worried about the Dawn of the Jedi movie, which is, of those movies that are coming out, the 4, I think, that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
And he even expresses doubt about the Dawn of the Jedi movie. Well, they canceled the Acolyte. What's going to happen with this movie? This is coming from a guy who sexplained Kenobi, the show that broke more canon than everything.
I mean, the Yord Horde stuff that we got sent, if they have a book with Yord in it after all this, and they get rid of it, what's the point?
Don't throw my tissues.
What's the point?
So there are High Republic books coming out that feature other characters from the Acolyte. One of them is Yord. And Molly is suggesting, doubting even, that these books are going to be released. And so because she's concerned that the Yord book might not be released, she threw the Yord Horde tissues, the very valuable gift that they and all the shills got from the Swagman, the official Star Wars account. She discarded those tissues like trash. All because she's frustrated about the Acolyte, and they are all questioning the future, and they're questioning their lives in general. What's the point? What are we doing here? Why are we shilling for Disney?
Make your love of what it is that you love heard. Don't just give up on it because Disney's not renewing it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, don't give up on Disney. Don't cancel Communist Plus because they didn't renew the Acolyte. Hey, Skeleton Crew's coming out in December. So forget this rant that we're on right now. Forget that we called the suits at Disney corporate bozos. We're gonna shill for the Skeleton Crew, and we're gonna get invited to that premiere. This is a shocking video from Star Wars Sexplained, taking shots at Disney, biting the hand that feeds them, and I'm not gonna let them get away with this. That's why I'm making this video. I hope it gets out there and it gets to people at Disney so they can question, hey, do we really want to employ these people as shills? Do we need to discard them? Just like Molly Damon discarded the Yord Horde tissues. obviously they're ungrateful for what they've been given, and if anything, they should not be invited to the next premiere. Skeleton Crew. They should not be based on this. The corporate bozos shouldn't give them a free plane ticket, free hotel room. They shouldn't invite them to the next Bohemian Grove sex party at Lucasfilm. They should certainly not be doing that. Make sure to become a Knight, subscribe to the channel, join the Knights of Melvin Discord, help plot to take down Disney and all their shills.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Shills. At last we will have revenge.
Damn well sure we'll avenge it.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.